Stevewolbach, your friendly public adjuster. Today, this is kind of a strange topic. It'll make sense once we get into it. Squirrels versus raccoons. Who do you want to put your money on, the squirrel or the raccoon? Now, no, we're not talking about them fighting. No. We want to be peaceful. We all want to cohabitate together, right? No, what I'm talking about is what is covered from the policy and what is not covered in your policy. Now, number one, let's get something straight. All policies don't have coverage for this, okay? Right off the bat. You need to have a special all risk, all peril policy to have this take place, to have coverage. But there's a difference between squirrels and raccoons. I mean, obviously, right? They're spelled differently, right off the bat, right? Raccoons actually comes first in the alphabet. But even more so, the animals themselves, well, they're two different sizes, right? The squirrel is usually considerably smaller than a raccoon. I would think probably if you were to race, the squirrel would probably win. Raccoon's going to be slower. They both can climb trees, but again, I think the squirrel could just shoot right up that tree versus a raccoon. But we're not having them compete against each other. We're having them compete for being covered in the policy. It's something that you probably never thought of before, huh? Let's see, what would if I have a squirrel issue, is that going to be covered? And if so, if I have a raccoon issue, is that covered or not? Well, to save you from any more suspense, raccoons are covered, squirrels are not. Now, can you guess why? Any ideas? You in the back. Okay, go ahead. Because there's more squirrels and they cause a lot more damage. There are more squirrels, absolutely. I would question, I mean, I guess because you have more squirrels, there's more incidences, but on a case-by-case basis, a raccoon can do just as much damage as a, so no, sir, I'm sorry, that's not why. But, you know, it was a good try there. This is probably kind of tricky, so I'm just going to tell you, all right? I appreciate you participating, though. Everyone else that sent your faxes and emails, I'll respond to those later on. Thank you for taking the plunge there. Squirrels are known as rodents. In your policy, rats, mice, they'll even use the term vermin. Not quite sure what vermin is. That's probably all those things. Are not covered. They're never covered. They never were. They never will be. I mean, they haven't saw fit to cover them yet, so I don't know why all of a sudden they would change that. That could lead to a lot of claims, so I don't think it would be their advantage to change that. But raccoons, now raccoon is not considered a rodent. It's considered something else. What do you think that might be? Never mind guessing. Let me just tell you. They are considered mammals. How about that? Did you know that? A raccoon is a mammal. And most people would think of that as a mammal. They'd probably say squirrels are too. Well, they're not in the definition that the insurance company has given them. And that's a whole other subject about definitions. Anyway, so with the raccoons, they're considered in a mammal family, and therefore a mammal is covered under your policy. So when you have damage up in that attic, and you hear a lot of noise, and then if you have the mama raccoon, and she goes and has a litter, and you got a bunch of little raccoonettes, you got trouble. And what's happening is they take up home there, they'll rip up the insulation, which is going to now all of a sudden destroy your R value for the winter time, right? Even in the summertime, but more so in the winter, that heat is rising, right? And that's going to just go right on out. You know, you're going to have higher bills. So we need to take care of that. They also will chew on wires. And one of the other big things is they need to go to the bathroom. They need to use the ladies' raccoon room and the men's raccoon room. And when they do that, it usually will be one area because they've taken up camp now. And they just go, and every day they need to go, and they send the little babies over there and go, right? Well, there are situations sometimes where it starts to, you get so much and it's so moist, you see stains that are appearing from the floor below. Not very fun to see. And that is very caustic. The fumes, the amount of diseases that are bred in this, not a good thing. It's extremely unhealthy, to say the least. You know, you talk about E. coli and things with chicken, you get all sorts of diseases and things with the feces and, you know, waste from the raccoons. So now when you have to go to clean that up, now it's going to be a lot more expensive to get all that, because you don't have a guy just come up there and pull things. He's going to be insulated. You know, he's going to have a suit, you know, gloves. He's going to have special breathing mask on. These fumes are not something that you want to breathe. It's not good for your lungs. Anyway, so the point is, if you've had a situation where you've had something up there, I've had a couple of times people will tell me that the insurance company comes over and looks at things and they determine that it was a squirrel. And I'm not surprised. Well, of course it's a squirrel. Squirrels we don't have to pay on, right? I mean, how often do we really want to say to raccoon? Now, I'm not saying everybody. Don't get all up in arms, Mr. Adjuster. But there's a good few of you out there that do. So, you know, you that do, I'm talking to you. And you that don't, then I'm not talking to you. But the bottom line is the homeowner's getting screwed, okay? That's what this is all about. And it's not fair to them. The point is, if they have raccoons up there, it's covered if they have the right policy. Like I said earlier, you got to have the right policy. But if they have it, then we need to enforce it. We need to get things corrected under the guidelines of the policy. So people, if you have anything going on, if you know somebody that's had an issue before and you had a pest control guy finally come in, he trapped it. Sometimes what they'll do is, you know, during the day, they're there just sleeping. Then at night, they get active and they'll go out for a little bit and come back, and they want to go and patch it up. Well, maybe they've been able to do it and it's sealed outside. It can't get back in where they gain their entrance. Then you'll never know without seeing the critter, right? But when you have somebody that actually catches them, and there it is, the proof's right there in the habitat net, you know, humane. We're not catching people, right? We're catching raccoons. The humane trap, we can see clearly what it is. But give me a call. I can help you. We'll take a look at your policy, make sure, number one, that you have the coverage, and number two, then we need to take action, and we'll take it all the way to whatever needs to be done to correct all your damage. I hope you found that informative. If you would, give me one of these. If you didn't like that at all, give me one of those. Please share this with others. Other people that don't know about this channel, send that out to them. This will be a learning experience for them, and maybe they'll start to watch a little bit and learn things. I'm giving you information here, guys, and I think I'm giving you pretty good information. I would say, without tooting my own horn, the majority of information I put out, most homeowners don't know about this. And that's why I'm putting it out. And you know what? I didn't know about it either until I got into this industry. Now that I made it my industry, now that I have the knowledge about this, now that I've studied and continue to study to develop my skills and improve myself in this, I'm learning more and more. Well, I want to help you guys. You don't need to come into the industry with this. You just need to know that when you have a problem as a homeowner, get me involved and I'll help you to take care of it. And we'll get a good settlement for you. That's the whole point of this. Guys, I appreciate you listening. Please subscribe to my page, and God bless you.